Okay, so good afternoon, San Roque. We will now be discussing the diseases of the digestive system. Okay, dito natin malalaman yung mga sakit na pwede nating makuha in regards or in relation to our digestive system. So, nandito yung mga common diseases na alam natin at madalas nating nararanasan. Okay, so first of the following or first of many is the diarrhea. Okay, diarrhea is pagtatae or a watery stool, and it is the condition of having frequent or at least three loose liquid or watery bowel movements araw-araw. Ibig sabihin, tubig yung idinudumi natin. As in, dire-diretso yung idinudumi natin. Now, marami siyang causes. Okay, unang-una dyan ay viral, bacterial, and parasitic infections. Pagka tayo, kunwari, nakakain ng hindi good sa ating tiyan or nakakain ng nilangaw, since we know that house flies are full of bacteria, kadalasan nagkakaroon tayo ng diarrhea. Okay? Next, intestinal diseases, food poisoning, lactose intolerance. So when we say lactose intolerance, ito yung inability ng katawan natin para i-digest yung lactose na meron sa mga dairy products. Sa example, kumain ka ng cheese or uminom ka ng gatas. Yung lactose na nandun sa gatas, hindi ma-digest ng ating tiyan or ng ating stomach or ng ating digestive system. Hence, it leaves our body in liquid form. In liquid form pa rin. Okay? Next is adverse reaction to a medication. Pagka daw malala ang reaction ng katawan mo sa isang gamot and gallbladder or stomach surgery pag inoperahan ka. Next, ang symptoms niya, kadalasang simptomas ng diarrhea is madalas na pagdumi at liquid na dumi. Next is abdominal pain or sakit ng tiyan, bloating, flatulence. Pag sinabing flatulence, pagiging ututin. Okay? Dehydration. Pagpakaramdam mo, tuyong-tuyo na yung labi mo, dehydrated ka na. And in some severe cases, nilalagnat na at nagkakaroon na ng dugo sa stool. Okay? So maraming prevention and treatment measures para sa diarrhea. Unang-unang, prevention, maghugas ng kamay. Kung saan-saan mo inihawak ang kamay mo. Then, kakain ka ng pagkain na finger food. So, may isubo mo yung kamay mo and yung bakterya papasok sa katawan mo. Okay? Also be mindful of food safety. Tingnan lagi, alalahanin ang food safety and food preparation safety. So, wag nang masyadong magkakain ng alam yung negative na So, iwas sa street food. Next, stay hydrated and of course, drink over-the-counter medications. Okay? Uminom ng Diatabs or ng Lomotil or ng Imodium or kung ano man na anti-diarrhea nyo. Okay? Pang anti-diarrhea na medications or anti-motility na medications. Okay? Next, constipation. Kung ang diarrhea ay watery stool, ito naman ay hindi mapapupo. Okay? It is the condition where you or where a person has less than 3 bowel movements a week. Ibig sabihin, 3 beses lang nag-CCR. Okay, 3 beses lang sila nag-CCR. So, yung mga cause nito, kadalasan is wala masyadong fiber sa katawan. Okay, hindi masyadong nakain ng green leafy vegetables, walang fiber, dehydration, so wala masyadong iniinom na tubig, lack of physical activity, hindi masyadong nakakagalaw, And eating large amounts of milks and cheese. Yes, nakaka-constipate din po yan. Okay? So, yung symptoms niya, kadalasan, hirap mag-CR or hirap mag-poop. Okay? Infrequent bowel movements. Hindi siya madalas nag-CCR, wala siyang nararamdamang pag-CR. Okay? Next, difficulty passing stools or hard or dry stools or tibe in Tagalog. Okay? Abdominal pain, sakit ng tiyan, and bloating. Okay? Prevention measures niya, eat high fiber diet, kain ng green leafy vegetables. Okay? Kumain ng green leafy vegetables, uminom ng maraming tubig, and get enough physical activity. Mag-physical activity, and please do manage the stress that you experience. Okay? Para mawala ang constipation. Para hindi maging constipated, dapat nakain ng high fiber. Ng green leafy vegetables. Huwag lagi ang kakainin ay McDo, ganyan, or kumain ng gulay. Kumain ng gulay. Okay. Next, acid reflux. Yan, pinaka-common. Ang acid reflux is a condition where yung acid natin sa stomach ay bumabalik sa esophagus or pumupunta sa esophagus. And this often causes heartburn, and sa mga malalang cases, na, ang tawag sa kanya ay GERD or gastroesophageal reflux disease. Okay? Yung mga common causes niya, mahina yung muscle na nagpipigil sa esophagus to prevent backflow, obesity, pregnancy, hiatal hernia, okay? Smoking, alcohol intake, certain foods and medications. So, minsan kasi, pagka acidic ka na, bawal ka na, or hindi ka na iinom ng foods or drinks with acidic properties. Okay? Hindi ka na iinom ng ganon, such as coffee, or soft drinks, or tea. Yan. So, iiwasan na yun. Or, isa yun sa mga causes. As well as, increased abdominal pressure pagka busog na busog. Busog na busog, tapos babanata ng higa, acid reflux ang abot. Okay, yung pagkakunwari, kakakain lang, tapos hihiga, acid reflux yon. Okay? So, ilan sa mga simptomas ng acid reflux ay heartburn, or parang may umaakyat na something sa inyong dibdib, sour or acidic taste in the mouth, hirap lumunok, tas ubo ng ubo at parang ang ay may halak. Ang lalamunan ay may halak. Then, meron na rin dyang chest pain, or parang may lump sa inyong throat, or parang may nakabara, or parang kayong nabubulunan, pero hindi. Ayun yung mga simptomas niya. And, isa na rin doon yung pagka ang breath mo ay amoy acid or yung acidic scent. Okay, may acidic scent sa inyong sa breath. So, ganun din siya. Nagkakaroon ng acid reflux. So, prevention measures are eat smaller meals, then avoid, and wag gagawin, do not lie down after eating, wag hihiga pagkatapos kumain, then lose extra weight, do not eat spicy or fatty foods at night because this causes acid reflux. Okay? So, yung treatment naman niya, antacids lang, such as Kremil S or Rolaids. Then, minsan, ipe-prescribe ka ng doktor to take medication such as Zantac. Okay? Pero, in serious cases, pwede rin pwede rin maging surgical ang treatment. Okay? Pwede rin magkaroon ng surgery. Next, gallstones. Yan. Ang gallstones ay bato sa apdo. Okay? Bato siya sa apdo na nagpo-form sa loob ng gallbladder where it is the small organ. So, na-discuss na naman natin. It is the small organ na nasa loob ng or nasa ilalim ng liver na pinaglalagyan natin ng bile. Okay? Yung causes nito, itong bato sa apdo, is too much cholesterol or bilirubin in the bile. Pagka mahilig ka magsamgyup, mahilig ka sa pares, mahilig ka sa chicken skin, yan, gallstones. Okay? O kaya naman yung gallbladder hindi masyadong nag-e-empty or hindi nauubos yung laman agad. Then, eating fatty foods or has a family history. And this is more common in women, older people, and those who lose weight quickly. Okay? Symptoms niya, biglang sasakit ang tiyan mo sa upper right belly, yung as in masakit na masakit, yung parang umiikot. Then, pain that spreads to the back or shoulder, so gano'n siya kasakit. Nausea, or pakiramdam mo nasusuka ka. Vomiting, pagsuka na mismo. Or bloating, parang pakiramdam mo bloated ka. And sa mga malalang cases, nagkakaroon na sila ng jaundice or yellowing of the skin. Okay? So, prevention measures, eat healthy. Less fatty food ang kainin, more on green leafy vegetables, maintain normal weight, and exercise regularly. Kadalasan wala siyang treatment, hindi niya kailangan ng treatment, nadudurog siya ng kanya. Excuse me. Or minsan naman, kailangan niya ng surgery para matanggal. Okay? Next, peptic ulcer. Yan. Ito yung kilala nating ulcer. Yung sinasabi natin pagka may ulcer tayo, kunwari may ulcer ako, ang sakit ng tiyan ko. So, ito yung peptic ulcer. Okay? Sorry about that. So, it is a painful open sores na nagde-develop sa lining ng ating stomach. Ibig sabihin, nagkakasugat ang ating tiyan. Okay? Or minsan dun sa upper part ng ating small intestine. Kung tawagin natin ay duodenum. Okay? So, causes niya, kadalasan, hindi po totoo na pagka nagpalipas ka ng kain, ay ulcer agad. Okay? Matagal na pero hindi naman din ibig sabihin na pag nagpalipas ka ng kain, hindi ka na magkaka-ulcer. It is just that, pagka matagal kang nagpapalipas ng kain, let's say example, di ka lagi nagbe-breakfast or di ka lagi naghahaponan, nagtatanghalian, pwede kang magka-ulcer or magka-peptic ulcer. Pero it is most common caused by a bacteria called H. pylori. Okay, H. pylori. And pagka madalas tayong nainom ng painkillers, kumari aspirin, ibuprofen, Tylenol, yan. Then, too much acid in the stomach. By drinking too much coffee, too much soft drinks, so nag-i-increase yung acidity ng ating stomach or nataas or nadami yung acid ng ating stomach, making it irritated and sometimes causing peptic ulcer or sometimes leading to peptic ulcer. Next is smoking, stress, or drinking a lot of alcohol. Again, alcohol increases the acidity of our stomach. So, when you drink alcohol, often your stomach is at risk of having peptic ulcer. Next, for the symptoms, you might experience, or when you contracted peptic ulcer, you might experience burning stomach pain. It feels like it is on fire. Your stomach feels like on fire. Bloating, sometimes burping a lot, or feeling full quickly is also some of the symptoms of peptic ulcer. Okay, when you eat, for example, you eat, then you just ate two bites of your sandwich, then you feel like you're full already. So it is a precursor, I would say, of a peptic ulcer. Pero wag naman yung pagkakunwaring kakakain mo lang, tapos sasabihin mo, busog ako pag kumain ka ng sandwich. Eh, hindi naman ganon. Ano? Hindi naman ganon. Kasi busog ka naman sadya. Okay? Yan, nasusuka or sumusuka na mismo. And dark or bloody stool sa severe cases. So prevention measures, of course, prevent drinking many painkillers. Okay, manage stress, wash hands properly to prevent the infection. Okay, next, hepatitis. Common nating naririnig to. Itong isa sa mga pinaka-common na naririnig natin. Okay? Ang hepatitis ay inflammation of the liver. May iba't iba siyang types. Hepatitis A, B, C, and D. And it is caused by a virus. Okay? Ganyan, caused by a virus. So, hepatitis A and E ay nakukuha from dirty food or water. Kadalasan sa mga street foods. Kasi doon dati, pagkakasubo, sausaw, subo, sausaw. So, nagka-virus na. Nahawa-hawa na. Okay, then hepatitis B and C are from blood or sharing needles. Okay, nakakakuha siya ng ganon. And also from alcohol abuse or some medicines. Pero most commonly, nakukuha itong dalawang to or itong mga hepatitis natin sa food and blood. Okay? Symptoms. Tiredness and weakness, jaundice, or kung mapapansin nyo, parang naninilaw na sila. Yung mata nila dilaw, yung kamay or yung balat dilaw, maitim yung wiwi, not just not just orange, but dark talaga. Pale stool, loss of appetite, nausea, stomach pain, and fever. Okay, prevention niya, of course, the vaccine. Okay, vaccine. Washing hands. So, ano naman yan? Common naman yan. Don't share needles. Okay, don't share needles. And avoid exposure to hepatitis-infected blood and bodily fluids. Okay? Then for treatment, rest, of course, healthy food, and medicines. So, yung mga type B and C daw, sorry about that. Types B and C needs special antiviral drugs para lang matreat. Okay, sorry about that. Most people recover, but some people become chronic and sad to say, most of them cannot or do not make it. Ay minsan ay natetegibles na. Okay, next, appendicitis. Appendicitis ha, hindi appendix. Ang appendix ay organ, ang appendicitis ay sakit. Ay tayo mga Pilipino, mahilig sa ganun eh. Sasabihin, ayoko, baka ako'y magka-appendix. May appendix ka na sadya. Appendicitis ang sakit. So parang tonsil. Ay, ayokong kumain ng matamis. Baka ako'y magka-tonsil. Sadya kang may tonsil. Ang pwede mong makuha ay tonsillitis. Okay, hindi tonsil. Now, appendicitis is the inflammation or swelling of the appendix. And oftentimes, it is caused by blockage of stool, mucus, or foreign object na bumabara talaga doon sa may part ng ating appendix. Appendix is located in our large intestine. And this is more common in teens and young adults. Okay, so sintomas niya is ang sakit-sakit na parang gumagapang simula pusod papunta sa right part ng ating belly. Then minsan nasusuka din, tapos nagkakalagnat na and ayaw nang kumain. Tapos pasakit ng pasakit habang gumagalaw ka, umuubo ka, or nagkakaroon ng force doon sa area na or sa area ng appendix. Okay, prevention, walang sure na way to prevent it, but eating high fiber foods can help. It can help mitigate the risk of having appendicitis. And for treatment, of course, surgery. Walang ibang treatment sa appendicitis kundi surgery. Yung antibiotics naman, after na yon, pero ang treatment talaga sa kanya is surgery. Yan. Now, we will go to some diseases that are a little bit more concerning. Okay, first is anorexia nervosa. So, anorexia nervosa is an eating disorder. So, it is a psychiatric disorder. Okay? Where a person is afraid of being fat. So, ginagawa niya, kumakain siya, or, sobrang unti ng kinakain niyang food. Okay? Kahit na sobrang payat nila, konti pa rin food ang kinakain nila. Kadalasan, ang causes nito are pressure to be thin. Okay? Gusto nilang mapayat lang sila. Ayaw nilang masabihan or mahusgahan ng ibang tao na mataba. So, low self-esteem or masyadong mababa ang kumpiyansa sa sarili or perfectionist ang personality. Gusto nila perfect sila, hugis bote, ganyan-ganyan, and the likes. So, stress and anxiety or depression, genetics or family history. So, maraming causes. Next, ang symptoms niya, biglang baba ng timbang. Then, minsan, nagiging underweight pa sila. Kung makikita nyo, yung mga anorexic na tao, minsan, na sila talaga, parang butot balat na. Parang butot balat na. Next, fear of eating and skipping meals. Takot silang kumain, kasi baka tumaba. Then, seeing oneself as fat even when very thin already. Kahit mapayat sila, sasabihin nila, ala, ang taba ko, ang taba ko, ang taba ko. Okay? So, yun ang mga simptomas. Next, tiredness, dizziness, dry skin, and stopping of periods. Okay? Ilan to sa mga simptomas ng anorexia because there are no nutrients na pumapasok sa katawan. Okay? So, prevention, of course, talk openly about your feelings, limit the social media pressure, okay? Promote healthy body image. Okay? Wag nang mainggit sa mga social media personality because they pay lots and lots of money to be in shape. Okay? So, minsan, ang treatment sa kanya, no, not actually minsan, but ang treatment talaga sa kanya is therapy. Okay? Pwede tayong i-refer ng mga doktor sa therapist and the therapist might help us or may help us manage our anorexia. Okay? Pwedeng gumamit ng medicine, pwede tayong painumin ng medicine for anxiety or depression management. And dapat maaga pa lang napunta na, nahingi na ng help. Okay, iba to sa simple loss of appetite. This is a bigger picture. Okay, anorexia is a different one. And the last is bulimia nervosa. Okay, or bulimia. Ito naman yung nagbe-binge eating, kakain ng kakain ng kakain ng kakain. Then afterwards, isusukan nila lahat ng kinain nila. Okay? Isusukan nila lahat. Or iinom sila ng pampadumi. Yung causes niya, katulad lamang sa anorexia, personal or societal issues, pressure, low self-esteem, family problems, and the likes. And symptoms niya, number one symptom is binge eating followed by purging. Okay? Kakain ng madami, sabay takbo sa CR, susundutin ng lalamunan, bleh. Okay? Madalas nyo rin silang makikitang pumupunta sa bathroom after kumain. Then, yung cheeks nila namamaga, damage na yung teeth, may sore throat na dahil sa kasusuka. Minsan yung breath nila amoy ano na rin, amoy sikmura na rin, ano, dahil ng laging pagsusuka. Then feeling guilty or ashamed about eating, hindi nakakain. Or I mean, nahihiya siyang kumain. And yung weight niya goes up and down. Minsan tataas ng 2 kilos, bababa ng 3 kilos, then tataas ulit ng 4 kilos, then bababa naman ng 7, ganon. Ganun kalala si bulimia. So weeks lang yung interval nun. And prevention and treatment, almost the same sa anorexia. Build healthy body image. Kailangan, ang tingin mo sa sarili mo is healthy body. Or what you think of yourself is a healthy person. Okay? Talk about your feelings and avoid diet culture pressure. Okay? Eat what you want, live how you want to live. Okay, now, ang treatment niya, again, is therapy, medications to manage stress and anxiety or depression and anxiety, and recovery is possible talaga. Basta may support. Okay? So, if you have questions, kindly please message me. Okay, again, this is the last slide. If you have questions, message me. Okay? Thank you very much, San Roque, and God bless.